So this is the modded Minecraft server me and some friends are playing on. We're using the medieval MC mod pack. Link will be in the description. This is my little chunk of land that I started my mine colony with. It's a big part of the mod pack. There's also a lot of medieval stuff, as the name would suggest, and a lot of magic, hence the wizard tower up there. Uh, I'll save a tour video for another episode. But that project is bringing a piece of Hogwarts legacy to the colony. I'm gonna hop into my creative world so we can show you what that is. Alright, so here's the gist of it. Just like in the Hogwarts Legacy game, there's a sort of abandoned looking gazebo area. Uh, and so with the mod pack, there's a lot of magic. There is certain challenges you can make vanilla-wise, but turn that down. You can do vanilla-wise, but some of them are really cool and they work together with magic. So for this one, just like in Hogwarts Legacy, there's a challenge where you have to levitate a sphere and put it into a platform area. This one, you have to move this block using only magic to the platform here. So I've got a spell that will pull the block and a spell that will launch the block into the air. So if we just get the block to the edge of the platform, and then we launch, switch, we can pull it up here, and then pull it over. That'll trigger some redstone, and there's the quote-unquote Merlin statue, just like in the game. I can show you some of how the redstone will work down here. So basically, the detector block will send a signal down this way, and then come into this little thing I made, which basically sends one pulse signal down here that opens a basic piston door, and then launches the statue up. And if you wanted to make the gazebo statue combo in vanilla, you could just replace the statue with an armor stand. So yeah, how do I get out of here? So here's an example of one of the challenges you could do in vanilla. Basically, we just have to touch. That's still kind of loud, isn't it? Yeah. Touch every platform, just like the one challenge in the game, and then it would trigger a signal. Right now I just have this indicator block, but you would just hook up the signal to another one of the gazebo areas, and this pressure plate starts a timer. So touch the block within the time frame, lights up, sends the signal, would launch the statue, and then it'll reset the whole thing. So yeah, that's what I want to work on. I want to put a bunch of these around my colony, kind of just bring more life into it. It can be like a mini game for other people on the server. And yeah, so I think that'll be fun. So let's hop back on the server and start making some. Alright, so I want to make a bunch of those around my colony here. I also need to make a banner because I think it'd be neat for people to waypoint specifically the Merlin trials around, so if they don't want to do it immediately, they can always come back to it. And then I also, using some resource pack magic, the custom model data, made this little statue that I think we'll give away to the first person to complete all the trials. And then maybe we'll have a different looking one for everyone else who completes it after that. Alright, and I think this is where we're going to make the first one. It kind of is still pretty within the colony, but there's just this bare spot here that's always been bothering me, and it just feels like it needs something put here, but I couldn't put any of the buildings here because it wouldn't look quite right if it was facing directly that way or that way. It kind of needs to be a diagonal, I think, so I think this is where we're gonna do it. Alright, so I'm gonna go get some supplies for that, and then I'll probably do a little time lapse, maybe chime in here or there, of me building it. Alright. Southeast. I swear, every time I'm in the middle of something, these guys end up showing up. It's either that or it always rains. It's one of the two. Oh, there they are. Just a big old group of them. You know, you gotta give them where credit is due, though. They always say, I'll be back, and sure enough, they're always back. Alright, so taking a little pause here. Uh, I started putting the cover, like the actual door for where the statue pops out, but I think the first step is actually going to need to be deciding where we're putting the triggering mechanic, and I think I want that to be over here in this little patch. So I think it's a little too small for me to fit an actual building here, and it's far enough away to feel like kind of like how they do in Hogwarts Legacy, if you guys have ever played it. So I think I'm going to build that platform first and run the signal this way and make the actual triggering mechanism for it first so we know where we need to put the rest of the redstone. Alright, so we've got the statue launching mechanic all done, so now really all that there is left to do for this trial is clean it up, cover up some of the holes around the base, and link it up to this observer block here, and then figure out where we want to place the actual block for them to put up there, and it is done. Alright, so we're in the wizard tower. Figured I could show you guys a little more about the wizard mod. So, trying to make some gear to decorate our statue, and I think this is the gear we're gonna want. So it takes iron armor, and nice. You need an enchanting apparatus, so we will. I think it only takes 4 of these mage boom fibers. Just like that, it'll start crafting away. And there we go, there's some mage armor here. Now we can also dye this. So yeah, well that's cooking up. So this is the Adventurers Guild. It's kind of where we all congregate when we have a goal to achieve together, like defeating the end and such. We have our quest book here that tells us what quest we're currently trying to do together and what we need to accomplish it. Enchanting area over there, a brewing area here with also some generalized inventory. Down over there is like a little tavern. Most of this was designed by Dragon, by the way. But yeah. And then this is actually a fake wall using some of the magic mod. And we have portals to each other's colonies in there. And then there's a secret tunnel here that actually leads back to the town hall. So that's what this area is. So we'll grab some of that. And we should be able to dye this. Mink now is green. And if I turn off my cosmetic armor, that's what it looks like. So we'll head back up to the wizard tower, make the rest of that armor set, and go put it on the statue. And that should be one Merlin trial complete. Alright, so that's it all decorated now. Now, what we need to do is, first I want to replace the block under it with glowstone, kind of like the one in the creative world, so mobs aren't too keen to spawn there. And then I need to figure out where I'm going to place the initial block that needs to be moved here. So I think I'm just going to put it here. I think that's far enough, and if you've got the right magic, you can make it leap far enough over to where it's not too inconvenient. But if you don't have it, really upgrade. First of all, I didn't know this goes transparent when you light it up like that.
That's cool.
That's interesting. But yeah. So, the goal is to move the block over there using magic, then the statue will pop up. You know what would also be really cool? Is if using skulk sensors, I could have it play a custom sound from a resource pack, and so when every time you get clear, it makes the, oh look, another Merlin trial from the Hogwarts Legacy game. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll look into that. But for now, I need to see about making a banner for these things and then wrap up this episode. I think that's just gonna be our Merlin banner. Bang. So now if we get a map going, right click on this, and there we go, we have a little waypoint. But I think if we name this, the name will actually pop up on it. Right, and then if we mark it, there we go. So now we can actually mark it and know where to go. So that'll do it for this one. If you guys want a more thorough walkthrough of how this works, I can make a different video on that, actually walk through the redstone. a lot of it really is just the timing of the door opening and the statue launching, and that really especially comes into play when it tries to reset itself, because if that's wrong, then it just will not work. But you can totally do that, just let me know. But yeah, so until next time, thanks for watching.